Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a review on episode 13 of Orange, so let's just get started because, oh boy, we're going to be talking for a long time in this review. What did I even just say? I don't know. Let's get started. So this is just a final review of this episode, but I will be doing a final review of the series itself, so watch out for that, but this is just this episode, so keep that in mind. Okay, so this final episode is pretty much the whole Naho and Kakeru getting back to being friends, and then the whole saving Kakeru and Kakeru's last day, and it was a very emotional episode. It starts off with Naho like finally realizing that she needs to get her life together and she needs to save Kakeru, so she makes the whole chocolate thing, and then she's wasting like this whole day being like, oh, I have to go give it to him, and then she keeps failing and failing. She failed twice, I think, and then the third time she finally has the courage to go actually give him the chocolate. Kakeru before straight up was like, yeah, I'm not looking to date anyone right now, and not even you, Naho. I don't know if he, wait, did he say that in the anime? He said that in the manga. He said straight up like, not even you, Naho, and I was like, whoa, Kakeru, you are savage. I don't like to use the word savage that much, but Kakeru is savage, and yeah, so there's this whole thing where he keeps avoiding Naho and he keeps giving her the cold shoulder because he thinks that's what's gonna be a good thing for them, is if he just avoids her all the time. And like, no, that's not a good thing to do. But Naho finally gets the balls and she's like, Kakeru, like, wait for me. She leaves him a note. Smart Naho. Naho's actually getting her life together. She figures out how to actually do things in this episode, and she makes him wait for her, and Yueta is there, and we thought we were done with Yueta, but she makes a final appearance just to remind us how much we don't like her. And Naho finally just goes to Kakeru and she's like, Kakeru, like, I want to be, it is a really cute moment. She's like, I want to go out with you, and Kakeru is just like, no, like, I don't want to go out with you, and I don't want to deal with this, and I don't want your chocolate. And Naho's like, no, like, I'm gonna be here for you, I'm gonna love you forever. Okay, she didn't say that, but she wants to spend the rest of her life with him, and she hugs him, and that hug, and for all you people who thought they were a really awkward couple and they didn't actually go together, this scene just killed me, and it should have killed you too. And just the dialogue, and it's just so cute and like so heartwarming, and like you can see that Naho finally, like, it clicks in her mind, like she has to be truthful, she just has to tell Kakeru exactly what she's feeling. And while it does take future Naho to be like, here, say these exact lines, because future Naho is probably just like, I don't trust my past self, I need to give her exact lines to follow in case she effed everything up, so here you go, have some a direct script for you to read. And Naho read it, but then she added her own, she improvised, and she was able to just let loose all her feelings and tell Kakeru like she wants to be with him, she wants to make him happy, and she wants to just do the things, and they're so cute. And this episode was just great because we really did get to see Naho and Kakeru and what their relationship would look like, and that they aren't little awkward weirdos all the time, and that they really do care about each other. Like Kakeru talking the whole time about how he was avoiding her because he didn't want to hurt her anymore. He thought he hurt her and he didn't want to hurt her, and that in fact every single time she tried to reconnect with him and tried to apologize to him, it thrilled him every single time, and every time he wanted to talk to her, he wanted to reach back, but he didn't reach back because he didn't want to hurt her anymore. And it was just really great to see Naho finally just be like, Kakeru, like, I don't care, I want to be with you, like, I will be with you for all the ups and downs, like, Kakeru, just accept me. And it was great to see Kakeru be like, yes, I accept you, I want you. Their relationship really blossomed and really showed how pure and sweet it was in this episode, and that Kakeru he can be savage, but he's doing it because he loves her. So I guess it makes it okay because they got together, so that's what matters, but yeah. And then, of course, we have Azu, Takako, Hagita, and Sua standing in the window, just like the situation where they're watching Kakeru and Yueta together at the bottom, and now it's Naho there, and Azu's like, Kakeru, like, what's the answer? And then he does the thing and he goes, yeah, and then it's happiness, and then they're holding hands, and oh, Naho gives him the chocolate, and it's really cute because even though it's all like scrunched up and stomped on and stuff, Kakeru's still so happy to have it, and so much cuteness. So after that, we're all like, yay, feels, yay, awesome, everything is good in the world. And then it's the day of Kakeru's death. Well, the death of the future. So we're like stressing out because we're like, is it gonna happen? How is it gonna happen? Has the future really changed that much? Like, it's changed so much that like Naho and Kakeru are now a thing. And that day the gang are particularly intent on making him feel appreciated and loved. And Hagita gave him his glasses. It's like, Hagita, what are you doing? He doesn't need your glasses. And everyone's being weird. And like Azu and Takako gave him like a billion snacks. And there's a whole scene where Kakeru and Naho are eating together and it's really cute. And Kakeru's like, well, like, I don't think I've actually like said this straight up, but I love you. And it's like so cute, and Naho's crying because she's so happy, and it's just like, ugh, this show really pulls on the heartstrings. At the end, Naho like asks Kakeru to walk home with all of them, and Kakeru says no, like, I can't, I have to go visit my grandmother. And then it gets to the serious point of the show where obviously it's the point where they're watching out to make sure Kakeru doesn't kill himself, because they know that he ends up going in front of a truck at 8 o'clock, I think, on his bike. So they're like, how do we stop this? What are we gonna do? Should we break his bike? Hagita, great idea, Hagita. Like, what, should we wait at the intersection and stuff? But I guess the final moments, and they do end up going to the intersection, and then they realize, okay, so we obviously see the scene where Kakeru finds his mom's cell phone, and we know what happens with that, but it comes to a point where it's 8:10 and they're like, he isn't here, like, what's happening? So they go back to his house because they can't call him because his phone's messed up because he broke his phone, and I'm assuming he just didn't get a new phone yet. And his grandmother's like, oh, he left a while ago, he like ran out of the house, and they're like, oh my god, and like, oh my gosh, the amount of stress, and like, I don't even know what I'd be feeling at this point, but they all run out and try to search for him, and then when they finally do find him, it looks like he's about to step out in front of a moving truck, and luckily it doesn't actually happen, and Kakeru ends up surviving, and love and happiness, and let's talk more. Let's get into details right now. Okay, so like those final moments of just like insane panic, I guess is the word to use, when they realize that Kakeru has changed the future and he didn't take the bike. Hagita, great job, because we all know Hagita actually messed up the bike, and it's really funny, but at the same time it's like, would it have been easier if he took the bike so that they could have seen him, you know, because he would have ended up showing up there at the right time, and like, since he didn't use the bike, they might have possibly missed him. But anyways, that whole scene, and the music starts picking up, and Kakeru's walking and just sobbing, and Naho's like inner monologue, and oh my gosh, that scene was just like beautifully put together. It was amazing. I really enjoyed how they did it. The music was killing me. It just brought the whole scene together, and just watching Kakeru walk through the streets sobbing, and just the trance kind of like state that he was in, just kind of walking along kind of like a zombie, like I found was like a really accurate portrayal of how someone can feel like with depression, if that makes sense. Kind of just like it's hard to explain exactly depression itself. Obviously that's a completely difficult topic to explain, but just I know like from experience and from other people's experience, whatever, that it can be a very trance-like state, if that, like, I don't know how to explain it, you know? It's almost as if the world feels, or you feel numb to the world, and you're just walking around and you don't really feel anything, I guess. And I don't know, that's just how I imagine it and how I feel it to be. And I found that the way they portrayed Kakeru and like the haziness of the scenes with him walking around, I found was really accurate and like a really great way to show it. in my opinion, but just watching the group frantically scramble around trying to find Kakeru just imagining what must be going through their minds is just insane. To just be like, this is Kakeru's life, like we either find him alive or we find him dead. Think of that. Think about how much like pressure they must be feeling. Like I can't even explain like the thoughts that could have possibly been going through their minds. Finally do find Kakeru, and it is right as a truck is coming and it looks like it's the end, and the music cuts off. Oh, sorry. The music cuts off and like you're like, everything is silent except for Naho talking and just being like, Kakeru, like whatever she said, it just was very, very emotional. I can't remember now, but she said some words that were really emotional about the world, about Kakeru, and you're just like on the edge of your seat. You're like, what is happening? Like, what is happening? Is Kakeru alive? Is he dead? What just happened? And we see them all run towards Kakeru, and we see that he is alive, and the next couple moments are just heartbreaking because you see the group first think that he's dead, and you see it on their faces, and they're all like, oh my god, like Kakeru, and they for a moment think that they failed, and then you see the amount of relief on their faces when they finally realize that he is in fact alive. And just to see Kakeru and to hear what Kakeru has to say killed me as well, when he straight up says, I want to die, I want to go apologize to my mom. And then to see how much the future has changed, and to see what he says, like, I wanted to be with you guys longer, like I wanted to know if you guys were gonna be doing something fun tomorrow, like I thought of you guys and that's what stopped me. And like, you can really see how much this group of friends has changed his life and have been such wonderful support to Kakeru, and you really see the power of their friendship, as cheesy as it sounds. I really like the way they did the scene as well, just seeing Kakeru and hearing Kakeru's thoughts, and then seeing his flashbacks to when he was walking, and like the haziness of the scene, just to show that haziness that he was feeling, if that makes sense. Like I don't know, I just thought it all went together. It just made everything more emotional, hearing his thoughts and hearing him, like the way he was thinking, like, I wanted to apologize to my mom, like I wanted to die, but then I thought of you guys, and then I was like, no. And just to see that step-by-step change in his thoughts was really just amazing to see, because you see the change in him as a person and what exactly he went through and what he has become and how his friends have really helped him get there. And oh man. And I'll address this now, since you guys are probably wondering if you've watched my live reaction. Rose, you didn't cry. You cry like everything. You're full of feels. You're a fluffy fluff ball of feels. Why didn't you cry? And that's because I don't know, I'm just really weird. Sometimes when things are too emotional for me, I don't cry. It's really weird. I cry a lot. I cry at a lot of anime, but a lot of the times, like, I feel like this felt too real, and sometimes when I'm in situations where I'm just overwhelmed with emotion, I can't cry. I don't cry. And it's really weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it just kind of boils up inside me, and I'm just like frozen with emotion, if that makes sense. But I don't know. And I guess when I read the manga, it was a lot, I don't know, when I read the manga I kind of felt it was more emotional, but like watching it, it was also very emotional. It was very emotional in very two different ways. The anime had obviously the music to go along with it, and it was animated and whatnot, but the manga, it was like my first time reading it, like knowing the story and stuff, and I felt it was very emotional that way. And like the dialogue, I felt there was more dialogue in the manga than there was in the anime. I don't know, I'm really weird when it comes to crying sometimes. Like sometimes I'm just overwhelmed with emotion, and I can't do anything, so that's why I didn't cry. I definitely thought it was really sad though, and it was incredibly sad. But we go through the whole Kakeru, they are the best group of friends, and they end up telling Kakeru about the letters and stuff. And then there's a whole time capsule situation where they bury their thoughts and their letters and whatnot to the future selves. And there's a whole little thing where they're talking about, oh, parallel worlds, and Hazu, Haigita and Azu. There could be one where they're married, and I love it. I want to see that. And then, of course, the whole Sua and Naho thing, and Sua denies it, denies it, and it's really cute. And you can see Sua feeling some emotion as well, because he knows that there is a parallel universe, and he knows that this universe that he's in probably won't end with marriage. It might. We don't know. We don't know what their future is. Maybe it does end in marriage. We don't know that because we don't get to see that. We also see throughout the episode the thoughts and feelings of their future selves, and how they just want to give their past selves the best possible shot at saving Kakeru. And while there might not necessarily be parallel worlds, they still want to try to save Kakeru. And the ending of the episode killed me because it ends with future Naho saying, like, again and again, I'll always save you to Kakeru, or something along those lines, like, again and again, I'll save you. And it's just like, feelings. I also really enjoy that it wasn't just like he got the chocolates from Naho, they make up, everything is fine, they're saved, Kakeru is saved immediately. The fact that there was a text message from his mom, and there was that whole, they think that he might be safe, but obviously they're still on the watch for him because they don't want him to die under their watch. And to see that while he was amazingly happy, everything seemed fine, just that one text really changed the whole thing for him. Like, that one text just made him realize, like, oh my god, like, I want to die, I want to see my mom, even though everything seemed fine, which is a very accurate depiction of depression. Everything might seem fine, but it's not. You know, like, one small thing can really change a person's outlook, and that's what it did for Kakeru. Everything was fine, him and Naho, fine, and then that text message from his mom, and then it wasn't fine. And it was great that it wasn't just like textbook, like, they made up and everything is happy in the world. No, that's not how real life is. There's some conflicts, there are obstacles, and we really get to see this in this anime, in this episode. So it was really great to see that one small thing didn't just automatically save the day, but it was a worked up effort through his friends and what they've done for him and how he's reacted and how he's interacted with them that is what saved him. Overall, this episode was amazing. I loved it. It was a great way to end the anime. It was a spectacular way to end the anime. It was full of feels and everything just flowed so smoothly. It all went together, and it was great that it was 37 minutes long, I think, instead of the usual not 37 minutes. It was 37 minutes long, dang! It didn't feel as though anything extra was added. It didn't feel as though anything was unnecessary. It just all went really smoothly. The music was amazing. It really picked up the feels. It really made you feel the feels, and like the timing of the music, the starts, the stops, it was amazing. Everything was amazing. Oh man, guys, I can honestly talk about Orange for like the longest time, but I probably should stop talking because this video is going to be very long if I keep going. So that seems to be my final thoughts on this episode. But yeah, that's it for my review. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I really hope you enjoyed Orange, the anime, and I will be doing a final thoughts / series review of Orange, so definitely keep your eyes out for that. But that's it for this episode of I Review Things. What? Yeah, I make a bunch of videos a week, and bye!